Hi guys, what's going on, and welcome to a slightly different video to what we normally have. But I just wanted to run down my top 5 most exciting and upcoming strategy games for 2019-2020. Obviously, I felt I had to open this up with Age of Empires 4. We've really not had a lot of details on this game from Relic. So far, really just this one initial teaser trailer with no actual gameplay. So we don't actually know anything really regarding to whether it's going to be released in 2019 or whether it's going to be further into 2020. I was pretty disappointed we didn't get any further information on the game in E3. But I'm far from giving up hope, and considering games like Age of Empires 2 and Age of Empires 3 really so defined the strategy gaming genre, I think Relic has got a lot to live up to for this game to be a success, but has certainly got the tradition and knowledge in the sector to be able to actually do this. So I really hope we get a much more traditional style RTS come out of this, but with some new mechanics as well. These type of RTS games, there's not something we really see very much anymore. So yeah, for me, it's one that I'm probably the most excited about, but also I could see going completely wrong if they don't sort of nail it spot on first time. So second up, we move on to Iron Harvest, something really quite different for this channel, but something that also is quite an interesting looking game. So it's set in a post-World War I world, in a sort of almost steampunk-esque type environment, where mechs are starting to become the main dominant force. It feels and looks like it's going to have a sort of Company of Heroes style gameplay mechanics in terms of sort of the moving and control on the game, along with a little bit of light base building which goes on as well, which kind of makes for quite a fun and dynamic feel. The developers have stated that it's going to be dominantly tactic based over sort of actions per minute, and looking at what footage and gameplay I've seen so far, that sort of seems to be true. The game's kind of moving into closed beta at the moment, so maybe something we're going to see featured on the channel in the future. Perhaps classified as much as a city builder as a strategy game, Ancient Cities from Uncasual Games is basically set in a Neolithic tribe management game, where you're responsible for the migration, establishment and settling down of your tribe before you can start to build up your camps, expand your civilization and even go on to produce a city. This is a really cool game, but mostly because of the time period they've decided to tackle for me. You know, not really many games are set in the Neolithic period, particularly in the level of detail that this game seems to be going into. So this one I'm really excited to actually play. Looking at the game, the graphics just look absolutely breathtaking, and reading up on it, it seems to be a real variety of sort of city building, resource management, population management, dealing with external threats. So it seems like it's going to be a really exciting game. So I shall leave you with the rest of the trailer. The Settlers is obviously a really classic game on this list, having been around for quite a long time, at least since my childhood, and they always tend to be a little bit hit and miss in my opinion. Sometimes they turn out to be really great, sometimes not so much so. But I have pretty high expectations from this one from Ubisoft. I think it's always gonna hopefully be a pretty decent game, and I think it will make for quite a fun and light-hearted casual strategy game, something that's probably quite different from everything else in my list so far, which has all been quite realistic and quite serious. I'm not sure how well it fits into the strategy category of this video, but I really didn't think I could do this without including Mount & Blade. Obviously, the first Mount & Blade Warband was such a dominant game in its field and genre, and with this game being so similar to Conqueror's Blade, I feel like this could end up having a really big impact on this channel, and if nothing else, it is obviously a game I'm actually excited to play. I think most people who play Conqueror's Blade, which is obviously probably most of you who are watching this, are also going to be interested in Mount & Blade because it's just a similar combat style and such a similar sort of open world map system. Obviously, we've slowly been getting more and more details on Mount & Blade as time has gone on, and it's pretty exciting to see that the development seems to be really making good progress now. We don't yet have a release date, so we've still got quite a bit of waiting possibly to do. But yeah, it's something I'm really excited for and I'm really looking forward to the release. I mean, I've put hundreds and hundreds of hours into the first Mount & Blade, so I've got pretty high expectations for this game. My only one worry is that maybe myself plus many others have got such high expectations that it could end up all going wrong. But considering how they've been really sort of careful about keeping the development cycle hidden and really just working on it until they feel the game is ready rather than just doing an early access release or just publishing when they think they can sort of make the most money off it, I think we've got pretty good chances of this being a very decent game. So that's all I've really got for you today. That's my top 5 rundown of the games I'm most interested about over sort of the next year, maybe up into 2020, depending on the release cycle of some of these games. Hopefully you have enjoyed this video. If you haven't, do let me know what you think about this type of video in the comments down below, because it's something that's kind of a little bit different from what I normally do on the channel, so always good to get feedback. And I shall see you guys all in the next video.